afternoon. It's my privilege to be here today on behalf of the Maine Council of Churches and our 9 member denominations, which include the Roman Catholic, Protestant, and Unitarian Universalist Churches of Maine. We are living in hard times. Hard times in the global economy, hard times in the United States, and certainly hard times in Maine. No one needs to tell us this. Those of us in churches who answer the calls of those in real and immediate need every day. But if we are honest with ourselves, this is nothing new for us in Maine. I don't remember when times weren't hard for a great many people in our state. We've been here before, in this room, in fact, you and me. But here we are again, on the same road that we have been on for several years, trying to improve our way forward by offloading the burdens we feel we cannot carry together into the middle of the road. Who do we think will carry them for us? In just a few days, we will observe the birthday of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr., a man whose life and work still calls our nation to a higher vision of justice. In one of his last books, Where Do We Go From Here? Chaos or Community? He spoke of the interdependence of all humanity and our inheritance of the vast treasury of labor and ideas that have come down from those before us. Dr. King wrote, whether we realize it or not, each of us lives eternally in the red. We are everlasting debtors to known and unknown men and women. I've been thinking about that a lot this week, about the labors of this generation and what we owe to those who have gone before us and those who will come after us. I've spent a great deal of my time recently caring for an elderly great-aunt, my grandmother's sister. She spent most of her working life working in Maine's factories. She spent most of her days walking from her home in North Yarmouth to the canneries on the shorefront of Yarmouth. She spent her summers canning herring and her winters canning shrimp. She heated her home until she was 65, only with wood. And while she's 88 now and still lives on her own, she spent the last few years making sure that she owes nothing to anyone, as she has spent most of her life. But what do we owe her, and the thousands like her who have poured their working lives into Maine's economy? Whether her generation of factories and mills and canneries, or my parents' generation, my parents who spent their working lives in public education and public safety. What do we owe all of us together? You will hear many stories today of how continuing down this road of only cutting our services, only stepping back from our mutual responsibility, will impact our education, our public safety, our health care, our mental health, and all of our natural resources. But like Dr. King, I refuse to believe that the isness of our present condition makes us morally incapable of reaching up for the oughtness that confronts us. I refuse to believe that our present condition condemns us to make immoral choices, to offload our burdens onto future generations. Dr. King wrote that our social stability will require a revolution of values, a shift from a thing-oriented society to a person-oriented society. We face that choice today and in the coming days. We must make hard choices, yes. Hard times require hard choices. But we can make hard choices that move us forward on the road to prosperity, rather than commit ourselves and our children to the stony road of hardship. I believe that we owe our elders, ourselves, and our children a better way. I believe that our leaders can find that way, and I trust them to make that choice for all of us. Thank you.